my name is Pareesa Nikpourfard, and I work for one of the maisons at LVMH, and I am the Director of Talent Development and Engagement. I've lived in New York for 15 years, but I'm a first-generation Iranian. My dad is from Tehran, and growing up inside my households, you feel like one person, the way you're raised, the way you speak. In your home, you feel like you're raised so culturally different. You know, the food that we ate, the language that we spoke. You know, even the smells in my house smelled different than when I went to my friend's house. I think one of the easiest things that define me as different back then anyway is my name. And I think that was one of the things that stuck out the most, especially when you're in school and they do roll call. And as soon as they get to the teacher gets to your name, they kind of stop and say, and then you know that's you, right? And you raise your finger. And then that kind of causes attention, you know? And it's not always good attention. I started actually going by my middle name, which is an American name. The moment where it felt there was a switch, I would say, was in college. My best girlfriend and roommate at the time at college came home with me. My mother was upstairs and she called my name. And she said, Pareesa. And my girlfriend said, have I been saying your name wrong this whole time? And I said, oh, I don't know, it's fine. You can call me whatever you want. And she goes, no, I've been calling you Pareesa or Pareesa. She goes, that's not your name. She goes, you should correct people. Your name is something important and you should stand by that and defend it. And a light bulb switched. And I said, oh my God, she's right. And that really kind of changed the way that I saw myself, that I stood up for myself. So the transition from feeling like a burden, moving into feeling like a strength, I would say made me recognize that coming from a different background and culture made me relate to people better. It made me extremely empathetic. It made me an includer of people. We talk about this word inclusivity, and I feel like my radar is always on when I see somebody in a room, you know, that's not being included or that seems a little bit different from the crowd. You know, to intentionally bring them in and to make them feel welcome is really important to me. I feel like you're somewhat of an advocate, right? Or you're the one that has to point out questions or ask the hard questions that not everyone is willing to ask or say out loud. And I think that's important because they're not in the room necessarily all the time, right? So who's gonna do it?